happens when we take a number line to 10 and wrap it in a circle? Well, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is halfway around, and 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 is right where 0 was. And that's a number wheel. Addition patterns show up on a number wheel. Let's watch for patterns. We'll start easy by adding 0 to bigger and bigger numbers. Here we are at 0 and 5, which is halfway around, and see what other numbers add to 5 and see what patterns they create. 1 and 4 and 2 and 3. Now these are easy numbers to add because we want to look for patterns. Notice a pattern with those lines? Yeah, they are all straight up and down or vertical. Interesting, huh? You can stop this video at any time and talk about patterns that you see. Now we're adding 6 and 0, which add up to 6, of course, and connect them with the line. So let's connect other numbers that add up to 6. 1 and 5, 2 and 4, and 3 is all by itself. And 3 plus what adds up to 6? Yep, 3 plus 3 adds up to 6. Now here we have 0 plus 7 equals 7. And now we see we can create 3 lines of pairs of numbers that add up to 7. 1 and 6, 2 and 5, and 3 and 4. The lines that all point in the same direction, like railroad tracks. Look at those adding numbers. Can you see any patterns there? On the left, the numbers get bigger by 1, like counting 0, 1, 2, 3. And on the right, they get smaller, 7, 6, 5, 4. In each line, if a number gets larger by 1 and smaller by 1, it stays the same, up to the same number. Here, it's 7. Oh, now we're over to 0 and 8, which of course adds up to 8. Can you guess what lines will be pairs of numbers that add up to 8? And there they are, 7 and 1, 6 and 2, 5 and 3, and 4 all by itself. Now numbers are very dependable friends, so what happens to numbers when they're all alone? Yep, they're doubled, and 4 plus 4 equals 8. And we're almost around the wheel when we get to 9 plus 0. And we can go to the next numbers are 8 plus 1, 7 plus 2, 6 plus 3, and 5 plus 4. They're all one bigger and one smaller, so they all add up to 9. And with lines connecting numbers, you can see that 2 plus 7, 3 plus 6, and 4 plus 5 all also equal 9. And you can see those numbers all get smaller, and those numbers get bigger. Oh, there's a pattern there. And coming around the circle, we're back at 0. But hey, we just came from 6, 7, 8, 9, so it should be 10. And 10 ends in 0. And the wheel really is the ones digits. So the top 0 is really 0 and completes the circle at 10 also. It's both 0 and 10. 0 and 10 are side by side, and also know they add up to 10. What other numbers are side by side? Going down there, 9 plus 1, 8 plus 2, 7 plus 3, and 6 plus 4. And we have 5 by itself. Double it, right? And you know that 5 plus 5 equals 10. Now we've gone all the way around the wheel, but we're not done, because the 0 on top is also 10, and we can make 11, because that's also 10 on top. So 10 plus 1 is 10-1, also known as 11. I like it, call it 10-1, because it makes more sense than 11. It's just our 0 plus 1 line, but now we can go down with other lines. And 9 plus 2 are the next numbers below 10. They're one bigger and one smaller. And then 8 and 3, and 7 and 4, and 6 and 5. And if you turn the numbers around, 1 and 10, 2 and 9, 3 and 8, 4 and 7, 5 and 6, they also add up to 10-1, or 11. And now we're at 10-2. Can we make lines that add up to 10-2? I bet we can. There's 9-3, also add up to 10, 2, or 12. 8, 4, 7, 5, and 6 is all by itself. And what do we do in numbers all by itself? Yeah, we double them. So 6 plus 6 equals 12, 2, or 10, 2. Here we go. 1 plus what number equals 12? It's actually 11, which ends in a 1. So we can just put that in and put 11 plus 1. And notice if you go down the left side, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, all getting one smaller. And on the right of that equation are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all getting one bigger. There's a pattern for you. And then we have 10, 3. And that looks familiar. And of course the other numbers are 9, 4, 8, 5, and 7, 6. And they're all probably going to end up as 10, 3, or 13, if you want to call it that. And then we have 1 and 2 on the right side, and they add up to 3, so we can add 10 to either one, and we get 10, 3, or 13. And so 11 and 2 are going to be 13, 2. And there's that line. Whoa, and there's 10, 4. Over and out, good buddy. And 10, 4, 9, 5 is also going to add up to the same thing as 10, 4, or 14, and 8, 6, and 7 all by itself. There's our 7 and 7 are 14. And there's our 2, and 2 and what equals 14? Yeah, and you can take a look at the numbers going up on the left are 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's right. So you can find the numbers that's missing in all kinds of ways, which is really good when we get to subtraction. And all these pairs of numbers are going to help us when we do addition. And 10, 5. Well, 10, 5 we also call 15. And other numbers that add up to 15, we go to the left. 9 and 6 are 15, and also 8 and 7 are 15. And we can go to the right, and there is 11 and 4 are 13, 12 and 3 are 13, and 13 and 2 are 13. So just lots of ways. The 10 can be in any place. It's still going to add up to 15. And then 10 plus 6 are 10, 6, or 16. And 9 and 7 are also 10, 6, or 16. And then 8's all by itself. Well, of course, we double that 8. And 8 and 8 are 16. And 11 and 5 are 16. And 12 and 4. So we just add 10 to either one of those numbers. And we still get 16. And 3 plus what equals 16? Well, looking at the numbers going up, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. The next number is going to be 13. So lots of ways to see that or figure that out. And there it is. And then 10, 7, also called 17 by some. I still like the 10, 7. And the other numbers then are 11 and 6, and 12 and 5, and 13 and 4. And what about that 9 and 8? Sure, that's 17 too. So here's 10, 8. And 10 plus 8 is 18, and 11 plus 7 is 18, and 12 plus 6 is 18, and 13 plus 5 is 18. And 14 plus, what do you think? That's right, 14 and 4 are 13. And then 9 plus what equals 18? Well, 9's all by itself, so we double it. And yes, 9 and 9 are 18. Really cool. And now we've almost gone around the wheel twice. Here's 10, 9, or 19. And of course, we just add the ones. So 11 and 8 are 19, and 12 and 7, and 13 and 6, and 14 and 5. And of course, you could reverse all of those. 5 and 14, 6 and 13, 7 and 12, 8 and 11, and 9 and 10. All add up to 19. And are we done? Oh, let's complete the wheel. So here we have a wheel, and we have 10 plus 10 are 20. And look at this. 9 and 11 are 20. 8 plus 12 are 20. 7 plus 13 are 20. 6 plus 14 are 20. 15 plus 5. 5 plus 15, what number is it going to be? Yep, 5 and 10 5 equals 20. So if we look at it another way, we see that 10 and 0, one gets smaller and one gets bigger. So it still adds up to 10. We go down in 8 and 2, also equal 10. Getting one, the 9 gets smaller by 1 and the 1 gets bigger by 1. And of course, if you have pennies and you take one away and you put one back, you still have the same amount of pennies. Let's do it again. 8 becomes down to 7, 1 smaller, and 2 becomes 1 bigger to 3. And so you can see where that adds up to 10. So you can do that with any numbers that are, parallel, the same distance apart. And they're going to add up. So 6 and 4, 1 smaller and 1 bigger. And then 5 is 1 smaller than 6 and 1 bigger than 4.
How is this useful? You can draw a line between any two numbers you want to add and work your way to 0, who is the hero, for the easy answer. It's also very helpful that you are learning other pairs of numbers along the way that add up to the same number. And to subtract, start at 0 or 10 and the number, and work your way down to the number you want to subtract. The other number there is the answer, because subtraction and addition are really the same visually. Also, if you can see the wheel in your head and see the line, then that angle shows you what the number answer is, because straight up and down is 5 and straight across are 10s. And all the other numbers rotate around clockwise in between. The more you play and have fun on the wheel, the more you'll see and learn the patterns of addition and subtraction.